So today I am taking a political compass test. This is interesting. I am a college student, so I don't really know my political compass, but yeah, I mean, let's do this. Just a few prepositions to start with, how you see the country and the world. So this is going to be interesting. If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interest of... What? I don't even know what this means. Primarily serve humanity rather than the interest of corporations. I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, economic, whatever. I don't even know what that question means. I'll always support my country, right or wrong. I'm gonna support America, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna support America, bro. Like, you gotta think, I'm a citizen here. Like, this is my home. So, I'm gonna support it, bro. There's no wrong. If no one chooses their country birth, it is foolish to be proud of it. Disagree. Strongly disagree. Just because you don't choose, that's like saying you don't choose your parents, so you shouldn't be proud of them. That doesn't make any sense. Our race has many superior qualities. What? Other races. Disagree. What does that even mean? It sounds kind of racist. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Agree, I guess. Military actions. Make sure y'all take this test too, because I want to know what y'all think. Military actions that defy international law is sometimes justified. I don't know. It could be justified. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say disagree. I don't know. I wish they had like a neutral button that I could just click if I don't know the answer. There is now a worrying fusion of information on the internet. I mean, information and entertainment. I disagree. I mean, if you're smart enough, you should be able to gauge what is good on the internet and what isn't good, I guess. People are ultimately divided more by class to nationality. I agree. I think class is a big divider. I just think that's naturally true. I mean, controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. I mean, can you really control unemployment? I mean, I say it's more. I don't know. That sounds like it makes sense. It sounds like I should agree with that. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. I don't think it should be too much regulation. So that question is kind of dangerous because it's like, what do you mean by regulation? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Who's regulating it? From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. That sounds good. The freer the market, the freer the people. Agree. Strongly agree. I support a free market. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now bottled. Disagree. What? Because you think, bro, somebody has to go out there, filter the water, collect the water, get it in your store. I don't think that's a bad thing. I actually think this is a strong disagreement because back then humans are living longer now today than they were back then. This is because of goods like bottled water. You can go to the store and get a $1 bottle of water. You don't have to filter. You don't have to find a stream or river. No matter what season it is, you can find something. So I disagree. It's a good reflection of society. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. Disagree. Because that means if it's not bought and sold, it's taken, stolen. So yeah, it should be bought and sold. What is the alternative? Strongly disagree. It should just be given to you. If it's just given to people, it's taken from people as well. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money, contribute nothing to society. Regrettable. I kind of agree because money doesn't necessarily align with how much you contribute to society. Money is like how I guess, how valuable you are as a person when it comes to, I don't know how, if I'm explaining this right. It doesn't necessarily matter how much you contribute to society. I guess it matters how much. Maybe I disagree with this. Maybe I disagree. It's regrettable because I don't know. I don't have an explanation. Because if you manipulate money, that just means you're good with money. And you're able to make more money. I look at it like as a game. If you're able to make more money, then you deserve more money. Like if you're able to manipulate money in a way to give you more money, then you deserve it. It doesn't necessarily align with how hard you work in that sense. So it is regrettable. I don't know if it's regrettable. It does suck, I would say. It sucks a little bit. I'm going to keep it as agreeable. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. I don't even know what that is. But disagree. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver profit to its shareholders. Disagree. The rich are too highly taxed. Agree. I don't even know their tax bracket, but I'm not going to say they're too highly taxed just for the sake of. Wait. I'm not going to disagree for the sake of disagreeing, because I don't know their tax bracket, so I'm just going to say agree. Those who have the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. That's human nature. No offense. Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Agree. They should. Strongly agree, actually. If you're lying to public, that's immoral. You need to be punished. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of competitor multinationals to create monopolies. That's not a genuine free market. A genuine free market, there are just naturally monopolies. Although I don't agree with monopolies necessarily, but a genuine free market, there is monopolies, in my opinion. Abortion when a woman's life is not threatening should always be illegal. I don't know. I don't necessarily think it should be illegal. Although I don't really agree with it. I don't think I should make the rules for everyone. So I don't know. I don't know much about that. So I'm just going to say disagree. All authority should be questioned. Yeah, you need to question authority. I'm not going to say question it in a bad way, but you need to ask questions so you aren't blindly following someone who's trying to guide you in a specific direction. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Yes. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. I agree, I guess. I mean, schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. I guess I agree. I don't know. All people have their rights, but it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. Disagree. That sounds racist. Strongly disagree. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. I don't say you have to, but I don't think you have to. I don't think you ever have to. Like, you have to spank a child. I think there's always another way. Although, like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a terrible direction, but I always think there's like another way you can go when raising a child. Not bashing the parents who do, but I think there's another direction. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. I think that's natural. I think it's just natural for humans to always keep a secret that they don't tell anyone. Should not be a criminal offense. The primary function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. Yes, I think schooling should teach people to find jobs. The only reason I say that is because you're in school to make society better. So if they're not teaching you to find a job, what are they teaching you? Like, they're just teaching you random skills that won't really apply to the future of the world. So yeah, it should teach you to find a job. or at least create a job, do something that helps the world. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. What? Disagree. Wait, serious? That's kind of a strange question. Not be allowed to? Like, are they gonna force them not to do it? Nah. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. That's not the most important. Like, it's more important things than that. I mean, teach them how to be a good human first. There are no savage or civilized people. There are only different cultures. Disagree. There are some people who are savage and uncivilized. And civilized. There are. Don't saying there's not is just not true. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society support. Strongly agree. That's facts. If you are able to work and you just refuse not to do it, like just because you don't feel like doing it, why should society be forced to take care of you? Unless you are like a child, like a baby, then that's different. But if you're an adult and you just choose not to work, it's not society's fault. It's not their responsibility to take care of you. When you're in trouble, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. I actually agree. I agree. I still think you should think about it a little bit, but don't think too much. For sure. I disagree. Promote successful corporations. The only reason I didn't strongly disagree is because I don't really know the cultures of first generation immigrants. So it's hard for me to be like, it's hard for me to be like strongly disagree, but I think they can integrate within the United States or a new country. I don't know the extent of how their lives go, but from my personal thoughts, I think they can integrate. So, what's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us. That's not necessarily true. Because let's say you are a real estate company and you own all the real estate in your state, and inflation happens and the home prices increase by $300,000 on average or $200,000 on average. You're making more money, but income also is not increasing at the same rate that homes are increasing. So you're making more money, but the average person isn't. So I don't agree with this. I do think though a successful corporation could lead to more jobs and more goods for most people, but I don't think just because a corporation has something successful, it's automatically successful for everybody. It doesn't make any sense. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. I disagree. And how you see the wider society. Our civil liberties, make sure y'all take this test because I want to know what y'all think. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of, I don't know what that means, but it sounds like I should disagree. A significant advantage at one party that avoids all arguments with progress. What? Strongly disagree. It shouldn't just be one party. I mean, the United States party, like that should be the party, but a one party state. I think everyone should have the right to vote how they want to vote. Although the electric on the age makes surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Disagree. Since the electronic age is privately owned, you never know what direction it can go into. So you should be slightly worried. Just always have it in the back of your mind because it's not owned by the people. We the people. It's owned by we the corporation. So you never can put too much trust, especially if you have no control over it. Agree. Let me speed through this test. Civilized society must always have. I don't really know the answer to something. The civilized one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. I agree to a certain extent. Disagree. I think art. It's art. This is a good question. Because sometimes punishment is necessary. It depends what you do. Sometimes punishment is necessary. But rehabilitation is also necessary. The Christian in me is going to say agree. Agree. Strongly agree. So these are good. Some criminals are too far gone. More important is a good. I wouldn't say more important. This kind of goes into fathers as well. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. I'm assuming that's to like raise your kid and make sure your home is good. I agree with that, but I also agree with that with fathers. Your number one priority should not be your job necessarily, especially if you're trying to raise a family. I do get having a job first so that you're able to take care of your family better. But if you have a family, that's your family. Unless this corporation is yours, you built it from the ground up, I guess, you shouldn't put another company over your family that you made. That, to me, that should always be first. Man or mom or dad. I don't know, I disagree. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. I agree. Okay, I'm almost done with this test. Astrology doesn't explain anything. You say you cannot be moral without being religious. You're like, what do you mean you agree? I don't really agree, but I feel like your moral compass needs to follow some sort of rules. Whether or not it's a religion or a constitution, you need to follow some set of rules, because if you don't, your moral compass is always changing directions, because you don't have like something guiding you, if that makes sense. So if you're not religious, or you don't follow a certain set of rules, what guides your moral compass? That's the question I have if you disagree. Sharing is better than social service. I actually agree. I strongly agree. I strongly disagree. Although I am religious, I don't think it's the school's job to instill any type of value on that level. It's not the school's job, it's my job as the parent. It's usually immoral. If you follow the Christian, I think it is kind of immoral, I guess. I guess, I mean, I don't know. I disagree. I don't know. I strongly agree. Times today is a little too open to discuss these topics. So these are the results. Let's see where I stand as a college student in 2023. Okay. What does this mean? Your political compass. So, your economic level. I'm like right here. What does this mean? So, this is my chart. I'm right here, this red dot. I don't know who else is this. Economic left, 1.63. I don't know what that means. Who is like me? I'm about to look up some presidents' political compass to see which president I would be closest to. I guess. I don't know. Gerald Schroeder, who is that? I don't know. I'm not really close to anyone. I'm kind of like right in the center of things. This is crazy. I guess Obama, George Washington. I don't know. I'm like right here. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know what that means. Wow. I'm a Dorianton right, but I'm kind of libertarian. Well, there you have it, I guess. This is my political compass. Economically, I'm right. Socially, I'm like right in the middle, which I already said in my videos. I already said this in my videos. Like, I'm more also on the center. So I guess this proves it. Like, this literally proves what I've been saying. So if you have any concerns or questions, or if you take the test, let me know. This is Alpha Desert, and I'll see you.